Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to this channel. My name's Bronte. I thought this week, so this week I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do a video about knitting or about books. So I thought maybe we would do spend a day with me and then I can do both. So I hope that's okay. I will try and put timestamps in the video, so if you're not interested in knitting, you know, you can skip to the books or whatever. So yeah, I thought that would be what we do. I have some stuff to catch up with in my planners as well, so I'll also do that. Yeah, this may be a kind of a long video. I hope you don't mind. So today is Sunday. I've had a really busy week and I don't know, I just want to have like a really calm, relaxing day today. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. What should I talk about first? Maybe I'll talk about books first because that's what this deck is here. I think I'm going to just give you a quick run through of like things I've gotten recently because as you can see this pile's kind of big. But yeah, let's do it. So what I'm reading at the moment, I'll show you. I'm currently reading Jade City by Fonda Lee. I picked this up because I saw Catherine Karras. I really like her channel and I saw that she had read this trilogy and like really enjoyed it, so I kind of feel like anything that she recommends I will read. This is a fantasy novel. It's set in like a fictional city, and it's kind of like a gangster novel. It's a kind of not in the same way as the Chloe Gong, These Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends, but it's not so far off. It's set in a fictional city where there are people who can wear jade, and the jade kind of gives you enhanced, like almost like it enhances your senses, and so therefore you're kind of like magical in a way. And it's a city controlled by like rival criminal families or like crime families, and yeah, there's basically like going to be like a war between these two families. I'm on page 226, so I think I'm nearly halfway through, and I think the war is about to start. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. The only issue I have with this book is that there are not very many female characters, which I have to say does tend to like sway my enjoyment of a book. Like, I don't necessarily enjoy books as much if all of the perspectives are from the point of men. Like, sorry, I just don't enjoy it as much. And this is quite like a male dominated novel. There are a few female characters, but they kind of play like they have like a very much like a tiny, not tiny, but like a very small part of the plot is to do with them. So yeah, but you know, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the writing, and like the world building is amazing. Like, it's very rich world building, and it's the sort of book where there are maps in the front, so I enjoy that. That's the map of the island where this is set, and then there's a map of the city as well. Also, sorry, I should have said, I have my desk lamp on today. I hope that's okay. The weather is so gloomy. Yeah, it was just too gloomy without the lamp on, so there's some artificial light, so I hope, sorry about that. So yeah, I'm reading Jade City at the moment. It is like I said, it is a trilogy. I remember what the trilogy is called, the Green Bone Saga. I think this edition doesn't have the others in the front. One of them's called Jade Legacy, and another's something, I can't remember what the others are called. I will put them on the screen when I can like look them up when I'm editing. Yeah, I would recommend it for sure. So yeah, this is good. I'm reading this on the train and before bed. Sometimes I have one book for the train and one book that I read at home if I'm reading a hardback or something, but this is just coming everywhere with me at the moment. So that's that. Okay, so when I bought Jade City, I bought 3 other books at the same time. Now, I bought these books from Amazon. I really do try not to buy books from Amazon or to like buy things from Amazon, but these books I really want to read and I hadn't been able to see them like in any bookshops, or I hadn't seen them in any bookshops, and I just like really liked the sound of all of these books, so I got them from Amazon. So yeah, Jade City came from Amazon because I'd only seen like the second and third books, or like just like one of the trilogy, not the first one, which is kind of annoying. And then this was the same with this one. This is called The Library of the Dead by L.T. Huchu. I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong. But yeah, I'd seen the sequel to this I actually had it in a previous video of mine, because the sequel is called Our Lady of Mysterious Ailments, and that name like really drew me in and I thought it sounded really cool, and then I realized it was a sequel to this, The Library of the Dead. And this is a series, yeah, on the spine it says book 1. I think the series is called Edinburgh Nights. I think yeah, Edinburgh Nights series. It looks like there's only 2 at the moment, but they're calling it a series, not like a trilogy or anything, so I suspect there will be lots of books. But yeah, this is a fantasy one about set in Edinburgh. Yeah, so it has like ghosts and like magic, and also there's mention of a library, which I love a book that talks about libraries. So yeah, I think this is good. And on the front is a quote from a favourite author of mine, Ben Aronovich, saying that the book is fast moving and entertaining. So I feel like these potentially could be a little bit like the Rivers of London books, which if you haven't read those, do yourself a favour and read the Rivers of London books because they're so good. I feel like there's like 10 or 11 of them now. Ben Aronovich is the author of the Rivers of London books, and I really I really love those books. So yeah, I think books that are kind of situated in a specific city and kind of almost like pay homage to the city, like it's almost like another character, I really love that. So yeah, Library of the Dead. And then I got The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling. This is a US edition. It's like, you know, like the US books, like really floppy, and it's bigger. It's bigger than, only slightly, but it is bigger than Library of the Dead. Taller, I mean. So yeah, Caitlin Starling, she wrote The Death of Jane Lawrence, which I read towards the end of last year, and I feel like I didn't give it such a good review on Goodreads, but I think about that book all the time. So it obviously like made an impression. So I decided to read another one of hers. This one kind of seems to be similar to like a Jeff Vandermeer. Actually, they do mention Annihilation on the back, which is one of Jeff Vandermeer's books. Basically, it's about a caving expedition on like a, what's the word, like a different planet, and yeah, basically things start to go wrong, and like there's monsters, and like the main character, it says here she feels like she's being followed. So yeah, I think it's going to be like one of those kind of like creepy suspense kind of sci-fi horror books. It is on the back, it is called science fiction. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. What else was I going to say about it? Oh yeah, this one also has a map, which I thought was very cool. it has like a map of the cave system in the book, which is very cool. Yeah, that's very cool. I discovered this like as I was flicking through when I bought the book, and that I was like, yes, that's so cool. So yeah, The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling. And then the last one I got from that little batch was Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. This is a very similar theme to The Luminous Dead. This one is also kind of like a sci-fi horror about a team who go to document the Mariana Trench, which, if I'm correct, I believe that's like the deepest part of the ocean. Like, people haven't gone to the bottom. Yeah, so they go to film a mockumentary bringing to life ancient sea creatures of legend, and the team was lost at sea with all hands. And now another crew have gone down to investigate, and that's what this is. So yeah, it's kind of like a sea monster, I guess. I feel like this is gonna be what I wanted, Our Wives Under the Sea by who wrote Our Wives Under the Sea? Oh my god, Julia Armfield. This is probably going to be what I wanted Our Wives Under the Sea to be. I have feelings about that book. I love Julia Armfield so much, but I didn't especially enjoy Our Wives Under the Sea because I felt like the ending was a bit of a letdown. So yeah, hopefully this one lives up to the hype. I don't know. So yeah, that's that. So I just had a day off on Wednesday this week, and I went, just out and about with my boyfriend, and we went to Waterstones and then to one of our local bookshops. We have this great local bookshop in our neighbourhood that they sell brand new books at discount prices. Well, they kind of only ever used to do discount books, and now they also have like new releases and stuff which they sell at retail price. So yes, I picked up some things when I was out because I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of reading quite fast at the moment. Jade City is the 13th book I've read or I'm reading so far this year. I've read 12 books so far this year, and this is week 12, so I'm reading a book a week. So yeah, I'm pleased, and I wanted a little treat because these books, I got these quite a long time ago. I think I got these over a month ago. So yeah. Okay, so first I got The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I feel like I'm pronouncing her name wrong too. This is written by the author of Babel, which I read this year, and I absolutely loved Babel. And this is part of a trilogy. What's the trilogy called? Ooh, there's a map in this too. Oh my god, this is signed. You guys, it's signed. How did I not know that this was signed? I got this book for $3.99 and it's signed. Okay. That's exciting. Okay, I don't think that there's a list of the it doesn't have the rest of the trilogy in here, but this, I know this trilogy, I just know from like Book Talk and Bookstagram, whatever, BookTube, I know that this trilogy is heartbreaking, but I'm ready to get hurt. I didn't expect Babel to be the same, and it was, so I'm kind of going into it knowing that it's gonna be a deep one. So let me just skim the back of this and then I will tell you what it's about, because the blurb is very long on the back of this book. Okay, I skimmed. So basically this book is about a girl who gets into a military school. It's fantasy, and basically has to kind of like fight through prejudice to go to this school, and discovers that she has on the back it's nearly mythical art. She has an aptitude for the nearly mythical art of shamanism, and by, you know, exploring her gift, she kind of learns all of these different things, and yeah, there's basically like a war is brewing, and it's kind of, I think it's supposed to be kind of like set in almost like a mythologized version of China. So yeah, it's got kind of draws on like Chinese history. So yeah, so that's that one. Then I got A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. Novik? Yeah, Novik. This one is is part of a series. Yeah, I think there's only 2 at the moment, but it's called a series. So again, maybe there'll be more than 3. This is about a magic school. I think it's kind of supposed to be a little like The Secret History, but with magic, which I'm totally down for. There's a review on the back from Holly Black. I just finished Book of Night by Holly Black. So good. Oh my god. I haven't read any of her other books because, like, no offense to people who like these books, like, sorry if this makes me sound rude, but like, I really can't read anything with fairies in it. I love fantasy, I love sci-fi, but if the book has fairies, I'm not reading it. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't get on with that. So Holly Black's books is The Cruel Prince she wrote. Those are like fairy ones. I'm not down for that. I'm sorry. So yeah, I read Book of Night because it's her like adult debut, and I really enjoyed it. It has like big ninth house energy. So yeah, what was I saying? A Deadly Education. I think it's going to be a little like The Secret History. So yeah, it's not very long. I think this will take me not, you know, a couple of days. 300 pages. Yeah. I think this one had a map as well. Oh, no, it didn't. So yeah, that's this one. And then this is getting a bit too... Okay, and then lastly, I got A Magic Steeped in Poison. I've looked at this so many times in Waterstones. So this one and this Deadly Education came from Waterstones. They're finally doing buy one get one half price on their fantasy. Yes. Because they normally just do it on the, like, you know, on the kind of like paperback crime thrillers and stuff like that. Like, I don't know why they don't do it on the fantasy. Anyway, they started doing it. I've looked at this so many times because this cover is insanely amazing. Like, I love this cover. I think it's so beautiful. Also, it's published by Titan, who are UK-based publishers. Anything that Titan publishes is good in my book. They publish Stephen Graham Jones and his My Heart is a Chainsaw and Don't Fear the Reaper. Those are published by Titan. What else do Titan publish? I don't know. They have a comics as well, Titan Comics. Anyway, so this one is it's also kind of like a play on Chinese mythology. I'm kind of into that at the moment because, again, Jade City is also like that. So this one is basically about someone who, a character who her mother has died, and it turned out that, like, she's the one who accidentally killed her with poison tea, and then she kind of enters a competition to about the, like, magical art of tea making, and it says the winner will receive a favour from the princess, which may be Ning's only chance to save her sister's life. Okay, so yeah, this sounds good, and it's also a series because I noticed when I was there the other day that there was a sequel to this, which is called A Venom Dark and Sweet. It just came out in January, which is why I probably hadn't noticed it. So this is A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy I. Lin. Yeah, beautiful cover. And the second one also has an amazing cover. And I think, again, I think I'll also read the second one. As long as I enjoy stuff, I'll keep reading the series. Okay, so that's a really long book ramble. Sorry that took ages. Should we talk about knitting now? The sun is trying to come out, I think, so it's a bit brighter. I'm just going to shift this. Okay, let's drink some coffee as well. Okay, So knitting. I have some things to show you. I think it's been a while since I did a knitting update. So yeah, I'm kind of knitting a little slowly at the moment. I have lots of ideas for summer things I want to make. When I finish one of the things I'm working on at the moment, I'm just gesturing down there because that's where they are. When I finish one of the things I'm working on at the moment, I will start something for the summer. I know it's only the end of March, but I tend to get really excited about summer knitting in the summer when it's really hot. And then once I finish the things, the summer's kind of over, which is dumb. Like, it's just like, when I think about knitting summer things, I like feel like I want to make them when it's hot. I don't know. So I need to be more organized or just like think ahead a bit more. So yeah, I'll talk about some summer stuff in a second. Let me move my coffee. The first thing I'm working on is a second Lakes pullover. I think I've said in a couple of previous knitting videos, if you've watched them, I talked about making a stripy Lakes pullover. Here we are, I'm making a stripy Lakes pullover. The Lakes pullover is by Ozetta. I will link stuff in the description. Yeah, so here is my stripy Lakes pullover. I love it. I'm so pleased with it. I have made some modifications to this. I think what the probably easiest thing for me to do is I will put them all on my Ravelry page once I've finished it. But or if you are really, if you're really interested, leave me a comment and I'll kind of run through what I've done. But I'll really quickly tell you, I put fake seams in, like it's just a purl stitch at the end of every round. Can you see that? To hide the jog in the stripes. Here's the one in the body. I've done it on each side of the body. Can't show it very well. And then I have shortened the ribbing on the body from 10 centimeters to 6. Same with the sleeve cuffs. And then the folded neckband, I knitted half grey and then half navy blue. It's not stitched down yet. So the pattern is written for like knitting the neckband down. So you still have all of your live stitches and you kind of cast it off and knit it and stitch it down at the same time. I did that with my first one and I found it quite difficult, and I don't think I did as good of a job as I would have if I had cast it off and then sewn it down. So that's what I've done. I've cast it off and it is just held with locking stitch markers at the moment, but I will sew it down soon. I think that I might have to unpick a little bit of the navy blue because this neck ribbing is very big. It's almost turning into a turtleneck, and that's not what I want. I want it to be a crew neck. So yeah. So anyway, I've done the first sleeve and I'm on the second, but I've not made very much progress on the second. I put the stripes in after the short row sleeve cap. I think you can kind of see it there. There's more fabric up here than there is down there. And I put the stripes into the body after I had joined in the round for the body. I didn't have any up at the top, any stripes up at the top because there are so many short rows in this pattern. And in the back too, there's lots of short rows all here. So yeah, I thought it was just easier to, for my sanity, to have the stripes in the body. But I think it looks really good and I'm really pleased with it. So yes, I've knitted it in Raw Work is my main colour. The Raw Work, do I call it original number 1? I can never remember with Raw Work. The label talks about it being DK weight. It's not. It's more of a worsted weight. It knits very nicely at a worsted weight gauge. Sorry, I think I had some fluff in my eye. Yeah, this is Raw Work in the colour Quartz. This is my 3rd skein. I have 5. I think I will go into the 4th one, but only just. I need to find a project for the 5th one. And then the stripes I'm using Delana Rustica. They've started winding this yarn differently. It used to come in like a long bobbin, and now it comes in a ball. I think the balls look very classy. So yeah, it's got, I don't know if you can see on the camera, it has lots of like plant matter. Where's another bit? It just has like loads of straw in it basically, which I love because, you know, it's minimally processed. So I've been picking that out as I knit. I know some people knit and leave it in, but I would rather not have that because I find it a bit scratchy, especially on the inside of the neckband. I was very like, I want to say diligent, like I just like was really picking every tiny bit out. So it's not, because you know that bit's gonna sit against here, and that is the itchiest spot for me. So yes, it's covered in hair. So yeah, stripy Lakes pullover. Oh wait, that's the bag. I'm really pleased with it so far, and I'm really excited to wear this. I really want to finish it soon because, as I said, it is the end of March, so I don't know how much more cool weather we're going to have in London before it starts heating up. So yes, Lakes pullover. Then my second project that I've got on the needles is a Dagian sweater. This is by Audrey Borrego. I think that's how you say her name. It's in the winter 2022 issue of Pom Pom. I think it's 43. I'm so bad at remembering the numbers. I'm knitting this in JC Rennie Super Soft 4-ply. This is a lamb's wool from Scotland. And I'm using the colour Blaze, which is very beautiful, kind of tomato red. Here is the Dagian. So this is taking me a long time. It's on 3.25mm needles. The ribbing was on 2.75, which for me, anything below 3, that's basically a sock needle. So it's taking a long time. It's gonna be amazing. I'm really pleased with it. But yeah, it's just slow progress. This is the hem. It's this bottom up. But I think I'm probably about halfway through the body. So, you know, I did this in a couple of weeks. I haven't knitted this for a long time because I've just been working on the Lakes pullover, which is more, it's kind of more instant gratification because that is on I'm using a 4.5mm needle for that one. So yeah, I just think this is going to be really beautiful. It's just going to be, it's a labor of love, and that's okay. So yeah, that's the Dagian. That was a very quick rundown of knitting pants. I can see I've been talking for so long already. Okay, and then I got a book. A Knitter's Year. This is by Ida Wirek Trettevik. Sorry for butchering that name. She's Norwegian, I believe. She's the designer who, she's known as Witchray Design, and this book just came out in English. It's a really beautiful, like, big hardback book. It's only $19.99. I think it's very good value. You get like there's 30 knitting patterns in this for £20. Like, it's really good value. So I bought this because of the summer tops in it. And I'm gonna make a couple this year. It's kind of a compilation of her existing designs. So if you just see like one that you like, you could buy it as an individual pattern, I believe. I'm gonna make the Western tee, and then what else did I tab off? Oh, this one is like quite a chunky, like, summer top. It's used, DK Held Double it uses. And then what was, oh, and then this one from the cover, beautiful pictures. And then, oh yeah, and then this one, maybe this one. So yeah, summer knitting. I think maybe I should do a whole video about summer knitting. It's something I really agonize over. So if you also agonize over finding nice summer tops and like yarn and stuff, let me know. I can always talk about it because I feel like yeah, I just spent so many like summers agonizing that I kind of have like quite a good what's the word, quite a good like short list of summer knitting patterns, or like designers who I know do summer tops quite well. So yeah, okay, that was way too long. I'm gonna say goodbye now, and I think I'm gonna do some planner stuff. You can join me, or you don't have to join me. And I need to tidy my desk, so let's do that together. Okay, it was nice to talk to you. I feel like I haven't done this for ages. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you for being here, everybody. And I'll see you in a second. Bye. Hi, can't get rid of me that easily. I just realised that I didn't talk about Patreon. So I just gonna drop in here and do a little bit of self-promotion. I have Patreon now. It's a really nice little, I don't know, like a little family. And I'm really enjoying using it as a platform. And yeah, Patreon members kind of have already seen all of this stuff. So apologies, Patreon members, if you're watching and you feel like you've seen all this before. But yeah, my Patreon people on Patreon have seen this stuff already. And it's kind of much more of a, I want to say like informal means of me communicating with you guys. I'm really enjoying it. And the things I post on Patreon are mainly planners, but I post about my knitting every week. I do a planner update every week, a knitting update every week, and then sometimes things slot in between. So I'll talk about like new stationery or like new books, or I don't know, just like little life updates, things like that. So yeah, I'm also thinking I'm gonna do a stationery destash on Patreon first, and then I will move through to like Instagram. So if you're interested in a stationery destash, I don't want to charge you guys for things. I just want to like ask you if you could pay for the postage, and I will just send you stuff. I haven't fully worked out how that will work, but yeah, Patreon members will be, people will know about it first from Patreon. It's £3 a month, and your support means so much to me. And yeah, that's just a little self-promo. Okay, over. Okay, bye.